Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, concerned citizens can change world. Indeed, it is the only thing that ever has. Well said by Margaret Mead. With this, a very cheerful good morning to Sister Principal, respected teachers and all my dear friends. So today, I, Ritika Chaudhary, student of class 11th Arts, would like to wish everyone a happy World Consumer Rights Day. The exact reason that brings us all together here. The Consumer Movements Day marks 15th March with World Consumer Rights Day every year as a mean of raising global awareness about consumer rights and needs. Celebrating the day is a chance to demand that rights of all consumers are respected and protected, and to protest against all market abuses and social injustice which undermining those rights. World Consumer Day was inspired by President John F. Kennedy, who sent special message to US Congress on 15th March 1962, in which he formally addresses the issue of consumer rights. He was the first world leader to do so. A person who buys any goods or services is considered as a consumer. The central government has set up a World Consumer Protection Act authority to promote, protect and enforce the rights of consumer. There are strong and clear laws that protect and defend the consumer. The actual plight of consumer of India can be declared as completely dismal. Out of the various laws that have been enforced to protect consumer rights in India, the most important is Consumer Protection Act 1986. In order to protect consumer from exploitation and to save from adulterated and substandard goods, a new Consumer Protection Act 2019 has come into effect from July 20, replacing the earlier Consumer Protection Act 1986. The Constitution of India in Article 46 provided that the state shall endeavour to protect them from social injustice and all forms of exploitation, which means all kinds of harassments and frauds in marketplace.
Every country prescribes its own set of consumer rights to its people to ensure maximum protection to the citizens of a country. There are 6 important consumer rights listed down for the people of India by the Government of India. These are as follows. Right to safety. This is the right of the consumer to be protected against the marketing of any commodity. Right to be informed. The consumer has the right to be informed about the commodity they are purchasing. Right to choose. The consumer should have proper access to the market to make an informed choice. Right to be heard. This is the right extended to consumers to be heard. Right to seek redressal. In case a product is unable to satisfy the consumer, he/she has the right to get the product replaced. Right to consumer education. Consumer has the right to know all the information and should be made well aware of their rights and responsibilities.
Being an informed consumer is advantageous to the economy, market and consumers. An informed consumer is capable of making sensible decisions. He gains an insight about a product prior to its purchase. Duties of a well-informed consumer are: while purchasing the goods, consumer should look at the quality of the product, the market price, guarantee or warranty card period. Consumers should preferably purchase standardized products which contain seal of ISI or EG mark. Consumers should ask for cash memo and warranty card. They should also know the method how to proceed if he or she is cheated. A consumer should learn to become well informed because an informed consumer knows how to fight for one's right. A well-informed consumer cannot be cheated easily by the shopkeepers, traders, etc. Such a consumer will be able to approach institutions for seeking redressal. Consumers will be able to check the provisions made by the government if they are denied from exercising their rights, and then an informed consumer becomes a rational consumer. That is, he knows how to spend money to derive maximum satisfaction out of the product he buys.
The Consumer Protection Act 1986 was passed by the Indian Parliament and came into force on December 1986. The Act was passed to protect the consumer's interest as well as to establish state bodies to deal with consumer problems and anything that arises thereof. This Act was amended in the year 2019 in Lok Sabha by the Minister of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution. The basic aim of Consumer Protection Act 2019 is to save the rights of consumers by establishing authorities for timely and effective administration and settlement of consumers' disputes. Consumer courts were established as consumer dispute resolution agencies and they deal with consumer disputes, conflicts and grievances. There are 3 layers of consumer courts in India. At the bottom is the District Consumer Forum at the district level in the state. At the mid-level, there is State Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. Finally, at the top, there is an apex body known as National Consumer Disputes Redressal Commission. If a consumer feels cheated, he or she can approach any consumer court by filing a written complaint. According to Consumer Protection Act, the relief should be given within 90 to 150 days, and if a consumer is not satisfied by the decision of the district forum, he or she can challenge the same before the State Commission or the National Commission. For filing a complaint, the aggrieved consumer must always keep the cash memo, receipt or bill of the product he or she has purchased. The consumer should be clear about the fault and what he or she wants as a remedy, that is a replacement or a refund or compensation in case of service. There has to be 3 copies of the entire set, one for the complaint, one for the other party against whom the complaint has been made, and one for the consumer court. It should be noted that a complaint should be filed within 2 years of the date on which the defect occurs. The challenge is to put a lot of effort in consumer education. If people know what their rights are, they will be protected. If they don't, they will be exploited.
At last, I would like to conclude that consumer protection is thus an effective method to keep track of consumer grievances and their protection against unfair practices. This helps consumers receive appropriate quality of goods that they paid for and utilize those goods at reasonable prices. It plays a role in keeping a balance in economic conditions in a country. Today, as a consumer, I pledge that as a consumer in the total defense of democracy, I will do my part to make my home, my country, my community ready, efficient and strong. I will buy carefully. I will take care of things I have. I will waste nothing. Thank you for being here and have a wonderful day. Happy World Consumer Rights Day.